911, what's your emergency?
Welcome to Dispatched and Dysfunctional, because sometimes the worst calls make the best stories. Disclaimer: the following content is graphic, emotional, and includes dark humor that may not be suitable for all listeners. Discretion is advised. These stories are based on real-life EMS and first responder experiences. They may be disturbing to some and are definitely inappropriate for your HR department. Any medical discussion is personal experience, not protocol. Follow your local guidelines, and when in doubt, call med control. Use your damn brain. If you're struggling, don't do it alone. Talk to someone, a coworker, a friend, a therapist, or reach out to me. Need help right now? Text or call 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. You ever have one of those moments where you know everything's about to change, but you don't know how yet? That was me, still in EMT school, final ride along, just trying to get a feel for the job. You think you're going to be eased into it, maybe do some lift assist, maybe a BLS transfer or two, get your hands dirty slowly. But EMS don't wait. They don't wait. It don't wait on your nerves. Don't wait on your comfort. It throws you straight into the dumpster fire from hell. The call came in as a non-emergency pickup, a presumed death. No resuscitation in progress. The guys I was riding with were already joking on the way, half-hearted, guessing what it'd be. Tried to follow along, but I was quiet, tense. We were heading to the Ronald McDonald House. I remember thinking, that's weird. Aren't those for sick kids? But nobody seemed fazed. No big briefing, no real notes, just another call, right? When we get there, the air was thick, like the whole building knew what happened. Staff met us at the door with hushed tones and downcast eyes, the kind of silence that screams louder than sirens. They led us to the room quietly. Inside, we found the parents. They were young, maybe in their late 20s, early 30s, just shattered. The mother was sitting in a rocking chair, holding her daughter close. The father stood nearby, silent, one hand on the mom's shoulder, like it was the only thing keeping him upright. Their daughter, 3 months old, gone, cardiac arrest. Chronic medical conditions. They said she'd been through so much already, and that this day was always a possibility, a reality they did not want to come to terms with. But you could tell no amount of warning could have prepared them for this final moment, and we were there to take her away, not to fix her, not to save her, just to remove her, to close the chapter of this family's life, to carry the weight they couldn't carry anymore. I stood there watching the mother. She wouldn't let go at first. She just rocked the baby, whispering something I couldn't hear. Dad was frozen, hand on her shoulder, eyes somewhere far away. I'm just an EMT student on his final ride out. The ending of the school, the beginning of a career I had to second guess at this point. No idea what to say, where to stand, whether to cry or hold my breath. Then one of the guys nudged me and said, "Go help." I thought to myself, what am I going to do to help these grieving parents? What am I going to do to bring the little girl back? Just like that. Like I was being told to grab her like gear. Not to step in the rawest moment of someone's life. I hesitated, then I walked over. Slowly, carefully, the mother looked up at me just for a second, and then looked down again. You could see it. You could feel it. Grief, just pulling out of her like something physical. A weight so enormous, it felt like the whole room bowed under it. As I took that first step towards her, without a word, she loosened her grip, and then only I gently lifted her, avoiding eye contact, trying not to tear up myself. I have kids, and in that moment I felt everything. Their pain, their torment, their quiet horror. I couldn't imagine living through what they were living through now. She was wrapped tight in a tiny pink blanket, still warm, still smelling like baby shampoo. She couldn't have weighed more than a bag of sugar, 5 pounds maybe. But she couldn't feel it. She felt like a fucking mountain in my arms. We loaded her in the back of the truck, drove to the morgue. That was it. Call complete, paperwork pending. No big scene, no debriefing, no hey man, you okay? From the crew, nobody pulled me aside, nobody checked in. We just packed up, hit the road, and stopped for coffee like we hadn't just carried someone's world in our arms. I sat there with a cup in my hand, staring at the lid like it would give me answers. Nobody said a word, not about her, not about the parents, not about me, not about them. Then that night, I didn't sleep. Hell, I barely breathed. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her face, heard her mother's whispers, felt that tiny body in my arms again. That call, it stuck to my ribs. Still does. And this is what nobody tells you about EMS. It's not just blood and broken bones. It's grief. It's silence. It's walking out of a room with someone's entire world wrapped in your arms. Nobody saying a word after. It's 1,000 tiny funerals you attend in your head, and nobody ever talk about it. The public sees the lights, the sirens, the hero costumes, our uniforms, but they don't see what we carry home in our boots, in our gear, and in our chest. They don't know what it's like to carry a baby on your first day in call, and then be expected to shrug it off, reset, and take it on just like the next call. They don't see how it builds up over time, how the grief and the frustration crawl up behind your eyes, how the silence makes you bitter, angry, disconnected, till one day you're not the person you were when you just started this job. You're someone even your own family barely recognizes. So, we don't really talk about it. We're not really allowed to. Not officially. Not really. But we have to. Not because it makes us weak, but because staying silent makes us sick. Talking is survival. Silence is what eats us alive. So I'm talking right here, right now, to all of you. And if you're listening, I hope you'll start talking too. Talk to a partner, a friend, a therapist, a stranger, me. We've got to build a support system for all of us, not just for our patients, but our families and ourselves. Because if we don't, this job will bury us long before the dirt does. Thanks for listening. This is my last ride out, my first official call, and the first time I realized just how heavy this uniform really is. If you got a story or this one hits close to home, reach out. This podcast isn't about being the toughest. It's about being honest. I'd rather hear your stories, the bitching, the heartbreak, the chaos, than see your name in the headline, or hear you broke under the pressure. We all carry weight in this job, but carrying alone, that's what breaks people. Talking doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. So talk, vent, rant, cry, whatever you got, let it out. So subscribe, share, and check on your crew, especially the ones who say they're fine. Again, need support right now? Text or call 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. You're not alone, not in this job, not in this fight. Want to share your story or connect? Visit critical-run.com or message the Facebook page Dispatched Dysfunctional. We're building this for you, for them, for all of us.